If you're a mum or if you're thinking about becoming a parent, I really want to talk about the expectation that you might have on yourself and the reality of what it actually takes to do both. I'm kind of sick of seeing everything on social media that makes me feel like an absolute shit house parent, that I'm not doing enough for my kid, I'm not doing enough for my business, I'm not doing enough for the people around me. And I just want to shine a little bit of a light on how I've been able to navigate this while trying to grow my business from 7 to 8 figures. I treat my business like it's my baby. I treat my staff like they're my children. Everyone that is around me in my ecosystem, I care very deeply about, but I also know, and I'm very realistic about the fact that I'm not always going to be able to be everything that they need me to be, because I have only so much of myself that I can give. So when you take the pressure off being absolutely perfect in all the areas, it makes it a lot easier for you to make the decisions that are necessary in that day. No one expects you to be perfect 100% of the time, because no one is. What you should always be striving to do is just giving it 100% or even 80% of whatever you can in that day. If 100% in that day is 60% for you overall, then that's a good day. You still won, you still succeeded. So I found prioritizing my days according to what was most important to me for that day helped a lot in the juggling act. When I had my daughter 2 years ago, before that, had this thought that I was literally going to be able to put her, I don't know why I thought this. I could put her in the corner so she could just sit there, play, and I would be able to work as normal. That was a real reality shock, especially because I was breastfeeding her for 12 months of her life. I didn't actually realize how much that was going to take from me, from just the overall nutrients to brain capacity and what I was able to do, what I could produce, and the work and the way that I worked before kids. Yeah, so BC, I could work at a rate that was insane. The amount of jobs I could pump out, the way I was able to show up for my clients, because everything I did was for my business. My career meant absolutely everything to me. Then I had a child. And although my business I didn't care less about my business, it was just that my priorities had to really shift to focus on that. So when I had this thought, I was like, it's okay. I'm gonna come in once a week and I'm gonna leave my child at home in care, and I'm just gonna come in once a week and I'll see a client. That lasted 2 weeks. The reality hit when I got a phone call and my daughter's crying in the background. I hadn't pumped enough milk for her to even last an hour, and I realized how difficult this whole juggle was. So I spent that first year juggling her on my lap whilst dealing with emails, phone calls, staff issues. It was a nightmare. And I think it was because I never gave myself adequate grace. I kept thinking that I was failing in all areas. And so in order for me to be better, I kept pushing myself harder, which then created burnout at the end. I started to resent not only being a mother, but also having a business, because I didn't feel like I was giving enough to any of it. I just had become a complete shell. So hindsight's a wonderful thing. And this is what I want to express to you, is that it is messy, it's not perfect, but if you care about both things equally, then it's okay to care for both things equally. Just prioritize the days that you have accordingly. So for me, I found I'll take a Friday off, and that's my day with my daughter. My staff know, they do not contact me, and if they do, they're very unlikely to get a response back. Same with clients, I'm very, very clear that Friday is my day with my daughter. Saturday, Sunday, I no longer work. My Saturdays and Sundays are for my family. So I've made clear shifts, distinctive shifts in how I show up, not just for my business, but as a parent, to be able to preserve the energy I have. While still looking after myself. I think even looking after myself, I'm still figuring that out. I'm still trying to find the time on when I work best, when I can exercise at the best time. So think that you're failing just because you haven't been able to do it all in that one day. Give yourself the grace. You can be a successful business owner and also have a successful family. You don't need to compromise on any of it. You just need to set the appropriate boundaries in order to facilitate both things. So for me to be able to grow my business from 7 to 8 figures, there requires a lot of time from me in order to do that. But when we look at how my business is currently modeled and how it's structured, there are components that don't require me anymore because I've built out this business to be able to facilitate the growth without me having to be there present every single day. So having an idea of what it is that you want, especially if kids was something that you either want or you have and you kind of can't see an out on like how you're going to be able to have both, think about what it takes in order to support both, because they both require a village. You cannot do this alone. I have not been able to do any of this alone because my village has supported me, from my family to my staff. And I hope that you can find the village that can help bring you to where you need to be. And they'll, like, if you care for them, they're going to care for you. And that's all I can say on that, is that your village is everything. And I'm super grateful for it. So to sum up, you're not a shit parent, you're not a shit business owner. You're just trying to figure out what works best for yourself, for your family, and for your business. I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. I'm not gonna pretend that I have the life all figured out. My house is an absolute mess at times. I have a cleaner that comes in and helps me. There are literally support systems everywhere because I know that that's what it's gonna take for me to be able to like function as a human. So if you're in this situation, know that you are not alone, that you are kicking ass, and this is not for the faint-hearted. This is something that requires a lot of grit, patience, and shit, literally. The amount of shit that you clean as a parent is insane. So that was a little bit more of a real one from me. If there's anything that you want to see me speak on specifically, I'm here for you. So leave a comment below, hit the like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. I appreciate you.